everybody. I'm Kim Anderson from Capital Region Language Center in Empire State English. So one of the things we're going to do today is make a tortilla latinoamericana. Basically this one's store-bought, we're going to make our own. A tortilla latinoamericana, you could call it a tortilla mexicana, but the reality is that tortillas are commonly made by hand and eaten in a lot of parts of Latin America, including Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua. Sometimes I can't say those in English. They sound a lot better in Spanish. Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and other countries as well. So while a lot of the countries will use corn because it's the crop that they grow to make their tortillas, flour tortillas are so popular in the US that I've decided to go with flour tortillas for this demonstration. Now, why would we make a flour tortilla? Well, because we're also going to compare it with a tortilla española or a tortilla of Spanish origin, like from Spain. So those are the couple things we're going to look at today. And I've pre-measured my ingredients. So we have our flour here and some salt. I'm just going to blend these together. So I started taking Spanish in 7th grade, probably like a lot of you took your first language in 7th grade and continued in 8th. I took language all the way through high school. I stayed with Spanish. And then I also took Spanish in college and earned my bachelor's degree in it. It wasn't really until I started working in restaurants and with people out in the community that I really enhanced my Spanish skills, in particular my speaking skills. About 1.3 billion people speak English in the world. Echo? How many Spanish speakers are there in the world?
There are an estimated 540 million Spanish speakers in the world, 470 million of which are native speakers.
Okay, so you add the 1.3 billion English speakers and you add another 500-ish million Spanish speakers, that means I could speak to close to 2 billion people in a language that was convenient for them. Not the best answer to give your parents when you're getting a college degree. So I decided to also get a graduate degree, a master's in education. And with my master's in education, that really allowed me to become a teacher. I first taught English as a new language in Washington, D.C., which is where I went to college. And then I moved to San Francisco and I worked in the public school system there where I taught math and science in Spanish in middle school. After that, I moved to Paraguay for 4 years. I taught math and science there as well, but in English to native Spanish speakers for the most part. And that adventure ended 4 years later, brought me to New York, where I started Las Mariposas Spanish School, which became Capital Region Language Center. I didn't intend on doing Capital Region Language Center forever, but as I mentioned, here I am 18 years later. I really love my job. So I'm adding a little bit of agua caliente, a little hot water to our dough. I kneaded that ball of dough for about 10 minutes, and then I separated it into the size that I want for the tortillas. After letting it sit for about 20 or 30 minutes, it's ready to form into the shape and the size of a tortilla. You can either do it by hand, which would be really common in a lot of places in Latin America. Just slap it back and forth until we get the desired thickness and the desired size, or we could use the tortillera. So let's give that a try. So here we've got our tortillera ready to go. Put a little bit of parchment paper on there, our masa, and just press. This is going to get it to the desired size and thickness that we want. We're going to go throw it in a hot pan, a cast iron pan or a comal, and once it's cooked, about 30 seconds each side, we end up with our tortilla.